The Bodyguard Bad Boys series, written by Phillips. Narrated by Sophie Eastlake. This is Rock Me by Phillips.
Chapter 1. There were benefits to working for Alpha Security, Ben Hollander thought, as he threw the dart at the board in the company game room, nailing the bullseye on the first try. Score, he muttered, smirking at Jared Wilson, the colleague and friend he was playing with. Son of a bitch, the other man said. At this rate, I'm going to be broke. Ben shrugged. The guy should know better than to wager with him. Ben was a crack shot at shooting range practice they attended together on occasional weekends. I don't know why you bother playing him, Ava Talbot, the female bodyguard in their group, said. He kicks your ass every time. Because I've been practicing. Jared picked up a dart, took aim, and hit right outside the coveted inner circle, groaning at his near miss. Ava snickered. Obviously not enough. She snagged a fry off his plate and walked away. Jared didn't tear his gaze away from her ass as she left, heading for the table laden with food. Enough games! Time to meet up! The booming voice of their boss, Dan Wilson, echoed through the game room in the offices of Alpha Security. The trio made their way to the conference room, where Dan discussed cases and handed out assignments. They were missing the other members of the staff, Tate Shaw and Austin Rhodes, who were out on assignment. They filed into the room where Dan had already taken up lead position at the head of the table. When not working, their boss was a big believer in blowing off steam during off hours, hence the game room with the pool table, dartboard, and, during lunch, an endless supply of eats. Located in the Whitestone area of the Bronx, there was no better bodyguard agency to work for in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Okay, kids, time for new assignments, Dan said. Ben did his best to hold back a laugh. Dan considered all of his employees his children of sorts, although Jared was the only legitimate child of Dan's in the room. Still, he'd practically raised Ava from the time she'd been a lost teen whose mother was more interested in drugs than in her only kid. Dan had stepped into the role of parent, and though Jared and Ava had coexisted in the same house, the friction between them now wasn't that of siblings. There was a sexual tension there, pure and simple. Except it wasn't, because neither was willing to acknowledge it, at least so far. Sit, Dan directed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?